He has a countdown around there. Nope, we are live.
Oh,
You
hey, everybody.
ready? Well, welcome to a special episode of Dillon and the Doc. Tonight we have our special guest, Melissa Vanderpool here.
Hey.
Give her a round of applause.
How's everybody doing?
So I'm just setting up a few things here and we are going to get underway. How's everybody's weekend going so far? There we are. There we are.
There we are.
Right there. Oh, look.
Oh, hey.
Hey, I'm the one person watching.
Well, hopefully.
It's all right. So let us know who's here in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what's going on this weekend. We've got special guests for those of you just getting here, Melissa Vanderpool. Of course, this is Dillon in the Doc. But tonight, Dillon is actually on his anniversary date with his wife. So he'll be joining us here shortly. Go ahead, hit us up in the comments. Let us know any questions you want. Otherwise, we're just going to have a conversation about relationships. We'll talk about our relationship. For those who don't know, my name is Dr. Ryan. I'm an expert in relationship development and interpersonal communication. I'm also a professional relationship coach, and I'm here to answer all of your questions live on stream throughout the night. And like I said, Dillon will be here shortly. So let us know where you're from in the comments. Let us know any questions you have as we're going. I'm going to put Melissa on the spot here a few times and we'll be going from there. Also, can y'all hear me? Just a quick yes would be awesome. So, how's your weekend going so far?
It's been great.
Yeah.
We went and did some garage sailing today, and that was wonderful.
Did you get anything good?
Yes, we got a few things.
So why are you going garage selling? Why did we decide to start doing that?
Because we're gonna start an eBay account, so we
Yeah.
can start selling stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
So I can work towards my goals.
Okay.
Both of our goals, not just my goals, but it's both of our goals.
Yes.
So it is something new that I am learning and that you are teaching me. So learning the ways of eBay.
Learning the ways of eBay. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Jeff. Thanks for being here again. Yeah, goals.
Goals.
That's a great place to start.
We've had a lot of talk about goals.
We have. What's been kind of the most surprising about that?
That's a tough question.
What was your initial thought when I was like, hey?
Well, the first time you asked me, I was put on the spot because I didn't know, because some of these questions when we first started dating, I was like, I didn't have answers to these questions. Yeah. And then thinking about it more, like our biggest one, we kind of talked about this last night, was me buying my own house.
Yeah.
But obviously now things are changing in our relationship. So our goal, that goal, we'll see where that goal takes us, if it's an investment property, but it is something I do want to do, but it's just still, we're trying to figure out the next step, obviously, in our relationship.
So those of you just getting here, Dillon, this is the Dillon and the Doc show. Dillon is not here right now. He is going to be a little bit late joining us. He's out showing his wife an awesome date night for their anniversary tonight. So y'all are stuck with Melissa and myself. Here's where you get to put me on the spot. Ask me any questions about my relationship, since I am a relationship coach. Hey, Doug, glad to have you back in here, my friend. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, no. Okay.
What has been the most surprising thing about dating a relationship coach or somebody with experience in this area?
That's a good question. That's a tough one. I definitely don't feel like you do coach me.
No.
You definitely don't coach me. Obviously, you've guided through some, trials and tribulations that I've had, some hard times. You've helped me work. You're helping me, not you're helped. You're helping me work through some things that I struggle with. Just your knowledge helps me, but obviously, just us is helping too.
What's been the most different dating somebody in this field versus somebody who's not?
Oh my gosh. Oh man. I don't know. That's a tough. I don't.
No?
I've never thought about that because I
No?
don't think of you I guess
Yeah.
I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I just think about our relationship being us.
Just so everybody knows, this is not something I talk about to her regularly.
It is not. We do
she
not.
is super on the spot right now.
I am so on the spot right now because I actually don't ever think about that. I think about. I am super on the spot. I don't think about it. I just really don't think about it.
Yeah.
So
back to the goals. How has that changed for you? Like just thinking about goals? Because I'm very goal oriented, even in my program. But when we started dating, I was like, "Hey, what are your
yeah,
what are your short term
Like-
goals here? What are some long term?"
second date right out of the gate. It definitely has, not that I've always not worked hard, but I've always been a hard worker. But
Yeah.
now, obviously, as you know, little backstory, I was in a car accident in May and had to buy a car, and Ryan had to really help me through that because I didn't want to have a car payment because my goal obviously was to buy a house, but obviously things change. But I'm still working towards that goal, regardless if it's where we go in the future with that. So
and eBay's one way we're getting there.
Yep. eBay.
Yeah.
And then
eBay reselling.
I'm really excited.
It's really lucrative.
Today was fun.
Plus, it's a really fun thing for us to do together, I think.
I had a great time today.
It was just,
great.
it's fun to hang out.
Yeah. It was good quality time, spending quality time together.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It was great. I enjoyed every bit of it. Hopefully tomorrow we can go and find some more.
Yeah, we're gonna go
goodies.
hit up some more garage sales tomorrow. Get the after effects.
Okay, well, here's a question for you then.
Yeah.
Has your goals changed since we started dating? Or do you have new goals?
Obviously, yeah. I've talked to you about that.
Yes.
I have some career goals. I have obviously new goals associated with us. And goals should change.
Yes.
But you should talk about them. And we've talked about our goals extensively.
Yes.
And we revisit them
quite often.
So those of you in the audience, I would suggest always going back to and revisiting your goals with your partner.
It's important.
How do those conversations make you feel?
They make me feel good.
Yeah.
Honestly, they do make me feel good. Sometimes it's hard to give you the right answer because I'm on the spot, but it's good.
There's no right answer though.
There is not a right answer, but it does make me feel good just to talk to somebody who wants to, fulfill those goals to make sure that we reach those goals. So that's super important.
Yeah.
I never really was a goal setter.
No?
I was not really. I may have had like a fitness goal or something like that, but as far as like financial or like house or something, I never really thought about it. But then I do think about it.
Do y'all in the audience have any questions you want to ask? I mean, I've got some in the chamber ready to go. If not, otherwise, we're going to sit here and talk. You can ask Melissa any questions. You can ask me questions. This is live. I'm here to help you. For those of you just joining us, I'm Dr. Ryan. This is the Dillon and the Doc show. And again, Dillon's out for a while. He'll be back. And I know a lot of his followers are in here always. So let us know what's going on this weekend, what you need help with. Otherwise, we're just going to sit here and talk, BS, have a good time like we always do. Like this is the same thing we'd be doing at home.
Yep.
except watching Alone.
Ryan got me hooked on Alone, so we're watching some of that and got to find out what happens.
Yeah.
But I might have to watch from season 1.
Yeah.
To start from the very beginning. But that's okay.
Yeah.
There's also winter time for that when we can't go out and do anything.
Yeah. So I'll be there in a second.
Oh, Dillon.
You better hurry. Stream's gonna be over before you know it.
We're taking the show.
So yeah, Dillon will be here. Doug, how's everything going? Kathy, how are you doing? Jeff, what's new this weekend? Okay, well then, Melissa and I are just gonna keep BSing then.
Just
I really want to know how different it is dating a relationship coach.
I don't know though. It's the answer. I really don't know. I just
Let me ask you this. Were you expecting something different?
no.
No? Okay.
I really wasn't. What was the one thing that we said when we first started dating? What was the one thing I always said? Like what did I say when we had our first date? When we went to Metro and had coffee?
I don't remember.
How easy it was.
Oh yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
we sat there for like 2 hours and it was like
It was like we knew each other
Mhm.
for years. Trying to get wife to ask a question regarding annoyance. Awesome. I'm sure I annoy the hell out of Melissa. She can answer that one.
Which one?
How long have you been dating? What attracted you to one another? We're going on 6 months now.
6 months.
6 months. Things are going awesome. It's going awesome. What attracted you to one another? Uh when it came to Melissa, it was her drive, her openness, her positive attitude about everything. And then also like I told her the other day, so she gets up at 4:30 every morning and goes and works
My
out.
alarm goes off at 4.
Okay, 4 a.m. And like that's something I would really like to incorporate in my life. And I'm taken aback by things like that she does and she sticks to. She sticks to a meal plan. Um, like when she puts her mind to something, that's what really takes it to the next level for me. Obviously, she's beautiful,
Thank you.
but aside from that, it is her drive and her willingness to work on things and talk through things. So those are the things that attracted me to her. You're on the spot. Light it up.
Stop. Honestly, one of the first things like when we started dating because it was so easy, but it's also you're like a very safe space to me.
Okay.
I honestly have always felt really safe with you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I have some things I work on, just communicating better with you, which is going great
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
But your smile,
Aww.
sucker for your smile
Aww.
and your eyes, and I mean your muscles don't really, those are pretty awesome too.
Thanks.
But I
Appreciate
also
that.
you work really hard. You're always working. Just like last week, you had a really rough week, just trying to think about everything that's going on in your business. So, and one thing is like you never bring it home. You never let it really. But if it does affect you, you're like, first off, you're like, hey, sorry, I've had like a rough day or something, and I really
Mhm.
appreciate that if you're having a
Yeah.
rough day.
Yeah, I try not to take it home, and I've talked to people. I can't take this stuff home because I deal so much with relationships and other people's relationships that if I did bring it home, it would have an impact on us
For sure.
and how I acted towards you
For
and
sure.
vice versa. Jeff, but at a cabin on a lake, so that's good. Trying to get wife to ask a question regarding annoyance. Dude, if you're at a cabin on a lake, I am envious right now. I
Sounds pretty
would,
amazing right now.
oh yeah, I would definitely be out in the water right now. My partner and I are different types of alcoholics. I'm a high functioning and can drink for days on end, where she goes all or nothing at speed, but she can go long periods without drinking, whereas I can't. I'm actively in counseling, yet fell. Whoa, whoa!
Oh,
There he is.
I
What's
can't-
up? We can't hear you. um, Fell. I'm dragging her down with me. My question is, can it be healed as she's the most beautiful, kindest, loving person I've ever met? 100% that can be. This is something that you can fix.
Am I hot now?
You're hot
You
now.
are hot.
That's what's up.
You
Good,
are
good.
hot.
What's up?
What's up? Okay, made it. A little late. But I'm
Little
here.
late.
Hey, we did it.
You-
We
Yeah.
held down the fort.
Love it. Thank you. I knew you guys could do it.
So yeah,
Hey everybody.
Blair, 100%. So Dillon's back. Just answering this one that Blair sent in real quick. And I think Dillon might have something on this too, because he's been through this in the relationship side, but I think you can definitely save the relationship.
Well, you need to get sober.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I know that's, right. But I had a very I mean kind of a similar experience. My wife and I were totally two different types of drinkers. I drank all the time. She drank mostly because of me. I can tell you that now that I'm sober. She drank tonight, which is weird. Because I was at my anniversary dinner, if you hadn't already mentioned that, but it was weird seeing her drink. It's kind of a weird thing. But I just you can't. I mean, you've just said that you can't, right?
Yeah.
You're incapable of drinking. So you need to stick to your guns on that, buckle down and do the same. And then what I'm always curious about is what kind of impact that will have on your partner's drinking. Let me know if that makes sense to you, Blair, if you're still here.
Yeah.
Does that track? I'm sorry I came in on the tail end of the question. I hope that I hit the heart of it.
That's all right. I think you did. The biggest part there is getting back up, stop drinking. Drinking part is the part that's dragging it all down. Obviously, if she's drinking too, she needs some help on that area, but you can't help somebody else. You need to fix you first.
Yes.
How was the murder mystery party date?
Dude. Hey everybody. I'm Dillon Reed. I'm a professional recovery coach. And I was just at a drinking party. I took my wife to an anniversary celebration dinner. We went to a murder mystery dinner date thing. It was incredible. I had a blast. If any of you are curious if you can have fun and socialize with strangers without booze, you can, because I just did it. I just stand here as living proof. I honestly probably just had the most fun I've ever had in sobriety. Like, to be completely honest with you, it was cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
The actors were hilarious. It was like watching a roast of the audience and then finding out who the killer was. It was super cool. It was a blast.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. Wife and I had a good time. We live in northern Dallas, so we had to drive to like Dallas, downtown Dallas. And my wife and I got to talk about like our relationship on the way there and back too. So it was key. It was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I knew there was a guy on the show that was going to appreciate that.
Yeah, it sounds magical.
Yeah, it was. Love it, dude. You dropping it too, huh? Oh God, what are we gonna do? We just got two clowns with microphones now. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, dude. So that's cool. So yeah, that's where I was. That's what's up in my part of the world. I'm here. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired today, guys.
Yeah, it's just a party over here today. That's what's been going on. So
we got to sleep in today, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds glorious. I'm not gonna lie.
So
Slightly envious.
So yeah, we came in, didn't know what we were going to talk about. We've just been having a little party here without you. We were waiting for you.
Well, I appreciate it. It looks like you guys did a good job. Looks like everybody had fun, right?
Yeah. So far, I'm hoping.
Cool.
Let me ask you this: what were some surprising things you guys talked about your relationship? Maybe not surprising, but something that stood out.
Well, so one of the coolest things, and I kind of blame you and your lady from last night in a way. Because we, man, I did a terrible job at our anniversary last year. Talking, and I mean, I'm beating myself up more than it's necessary, but it's like I kind of dominated the conversation a little bit. I had some things kind of going on in my life that I allowed to take the front seat to our relationship. And that's what we talked about instead of us. And I made sure not to do it this time. And she was like, well, is it okay if I talk about like me? And when we're talking about relationship goals, and I immediately thought about your lady yesterday, talk about how like prioritizing the relationship and that becoming a goal. And I was like, like if we're talking about you, you're part of the relationship. If there's something that we need to do for you to make us stronger, that's a relationship goal. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, like let's do that. Yeah, so that was cool. It was really cool. We mostly didn't talk about work, which was cool. Because that will happen. And no, this is a damn good time, dude.
That's awesome. We opened the show up talking about goals today.
You're welcome.
All about goals, yeah.
You're welcome.
We're on the goal topic.
We're on the goal topic today. Melissa and I went out garage sailing. We're getting ready to shoot her eBay store out.
Nice.
Into the world, and yeah, we're talking about some of her goals. Like, what did you have?
House.
Pay
my car off.
Pay your car off.
Buy a car unexpectedly, but it'll be okay.
Oh, that's right. I remember that actually.
Yeah, because I called him.
We were live.
And I called him. I was like, oh, but it's okay.
It'll happen. Yeah, that's it. Let's get to the show. It's not the Dillon talks about his date night show.
It is. It is.
We had to know how it was.
It was good. Like it was seriously good. I'm telling you, like her and I was great, but I can't believe. I mean, I've been sober for years. I still have doubts from time to time. Like I'm human.
Yeah.
And I'm in a room full of it. Like it was like pretty much being at a bar, except there was food and like a show going on. Like everyone's drinking.
Yeah.
I was fine. I didn't feel the need to drink. I went and bought drinks for my wife on 3 different occasions. Was at the bar. The guy asked me what I wanted. I said I don't want anything, and then brought the thing to my wife. I didn't even taste it. Right? Like not a big deal.
Yeah.
It seems huge when we were first getting sober. Like that's an impossibility. Like I'll never be able to do that. But here I am. I did it. Right.
Yeah.
And what I want to point out to anyone listening to this that's hearing me say that, you have kind of 2 choices. And like, you may not want to hear what I'm about to say, but the message is the message. If you can't take it, I'm sorry, right? Unless you want to accept that I'm somehow special or better than you, you can do it too. That's the reality. Like, that's the reality. Like, unless you think that there's something about Dillon that's somehow better than you, you're also capable of getting sober, being able to go grab a drink for someone and give it to them and staying sober.
Yeah.
And you're capable of having a good time at a party with a bunch of strangers that are drinking and not wanting to leave and just laughing and enjoying yourself. It's doable. And I want to really like drive that home to everybody.
I love it.
Yeah, I had to take a stance on it. I was thinking about it a little bit on the way here. I was like, I just remember being so scared of everything that I just did in that room years back. And then like, here I am going, I did it. Like, and I don't think I'm special. I want to make that clear to everybody. Like, nothing that I do in my daily life makes me special. Being on the show doesn't make me special because you could do it too if you took the time like I did to learn how to do it. Like I'm not a special dude. I'm just a dude doing things differently than other people. That doesn't make me special, right?
You're special to me, bro.
Oh man, well, I'm special to my wife and my mom and my dad, and but you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think there's some like magic gift about my character or my genetics or anything like that that somehow gives me the superpower to be able to go spend time with a bunch of people drinking and stay sober. I just I got to make that clear. It's the things I do that make that possible, and anyone can do the things I do.
Yeah,
none of it's like superhuman stuff.
But also, I'm sure you've had steps leading up to tonight.
Oh, 100%.
That allowed you to do this. You've had other experiences with your wife.
Yeah.
With around other people. There has to have been, like, tonight just doesn't happen out of the blue.
No, not at all. You know,
Don't get to where you're at in sobriety just by happenstance.
no, you know, that's what that's mostly that's exactly what I share with my clients is all, you know, hey, here's all I almost give them a fast track. Like, you don't have to have gone through some of the trial and error type of stuff that I went through. Like, here's the fast track. I'm helping you, you know, gap that knowledge. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But this isn't me trying to tell you that you should take me on as a coach. It's me telling you, I think you can do it, guy or woman looking at me right now. You can do it. You can get sober, you can have a blast. So in sobriety.
This is me telling everybody you should hire him as a coach.
In that
So-
voice too.
Yeah, in that voice. I'm gonna have you do an ad for the radio or something.
That
Uh,
voice.
should we get to it? Should we get I mean, I guess I've been getting to it, but get to it as a team. You want to do that?
We're just flowing, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm gonna throw this
Uh,
one up here that just came in.
Ooh.
How do you deal with a narcissistic alcoholic ex-partner? We have 3 children. I'm making the right moves and staying sober, but I'm finding it difficult dealing with her. I just want what is best for my children. One thing, you are making the right move, staying sober first and foremost. Second, the second thing is that is your ex, which means you no longer have any say in what happens in their life. I know that's a tough one for people to swallow, especially when you are co-parenting. I am going to kick this over to someone else who is co-parenting at the moment and ask, like, what would your experience be
With co-parenting?
with the co-parenting and how difficult it is? Or
Some days it's hard, some days, you know, but honestly, the best thing is you have to communicate. Like, I communicate with my ex-husband and my daughter a lot.
how difficult is that?
Sometimes it's hard because, like, I don't want to feel, for me, it makes it sometimes I feel like I'm over communicating, honestly, but I just am like always wanting to make sure that my daughter is safe. She's getting to where she needs to, getting picked up on time, where she needs to be exactly
Mhm.
at all times. So sometimes it can be hard just because I'm a worrier, as you know. That's one thing about me is I worry about Sophie, which I'm trying to work on that.
Yeah.
Some stuff I just have to let it ride. Just let
Yeah.
it happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you always have to do what's best for your children too. And that is actually one thing when you and I started dating. I said, you know, my time with Sophie will always be first.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which now we're balanced. Now we have a really good balance. So,
But you have zero control over him, right?
Yep.
Is that the hardest part
yeah.
sometimes?
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, I would say you look out for yourself, stay sober, but you have zero control over that other person any longer.
That's true.
It sucks to have to put it that way, but that's the case. What are your thoughts?
Man,
Co-parenting and
so I almost co-parented.
mhm.
Was very, very close to co-parenting. It sucked a lot.
Yeah.
That's part of why. I mean, that's why I got sober. Like I've said it on the show before. I got sober for my kids. It's not a popular opinion that I got sober for someone besides myself, but that is the truth. So I wanted to be able to co-parent, and I knew I wasn't going to be able. I wasn't going to like. A, I would have been a horrible co-parent if I was still drinking. I want to make that clear. But B, I wouldn't be given permission, rightfully so, would not be given permission to be taking part in that responsibility.
I think that's the most important thing you just said is I would have been a terrible co-parent if I was still drinking.
Yeah.
Like, I think
Yeah.
that's the most important thing to keep in mind is, man, your sobriety for your kids at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's really it. And I mean, I'm right on there with Ryan. It's like not your responsibility anymore. Like,
Mhm.
it's important to draw those boundaries and go, you know, she's doing what she's doing, right?
Yeah.
It sucks. Like, that's not permissive. Like, people should be able to suck, but I don't know if you have the court system involved or what the whole deal is there, but the only way you can sort of flex your muscles is to get more custody or do those kinds of things. But otherwise, you just have to maintain yourself, your sobriety, your relationship with your kids, be as civil with her as possible along the way, and live your life, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Yeah, that's my take.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My heart goes out to anybody dealing with that because I was at the brink of that, and it scared me straight to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It was like I can't do this. I want to see my kids. I know I won't be able to see my kids if I don't pull my act together. So it's time to pull my act together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
I love it. Do you have any questions you want to get to? I mean,
your favorite color today?
My favorite color today?
Mine's purple.
I like that.
I do like, man. I always go back to purple and gold, man. LSU.
Yeah.
Love purple, live gold, baby.
I do actually want to get to some questions if that's cool, dude.
Yeah, let's grab some questions. It's been relationship related for a half hour.
Right. That's probably true. So let's check this out. Reese, by the way, I hope we answered that sufficiently for you. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. If you need any more whatever, let us know. Yeah. So what happens when you relapse? This is a question I had from last night that we did not get to. So I want to get to it. What are the next steps? Not looking for a 12-step answer. That's kind of a recurring theme sometimes on the show. I'm not dragging AA through the mud, but just like every other recovery program, it doesn't save everybody. So I have people that come to me like, hey, I don't want what I got already because that thing didn't work. So this is what happens when you relapse. Ideally, you get out a piece of paper, you get out a journal, you get out whatever, and you write down everything that you are feeling. You grow a heightened sensitivity, a greater self-awareness of where you are at, where you are in life, what caused that? What were you going through in your head? Physically, where were you? Like, what the hell made you decide that today you're going to start drinking again? We're not looking for excuses here. I want to make that abundantly clear. We are looking for the thing you're going to look out for next, the hurdle that you're going to learn to overcome the next time. I want you to write how miserable you are the next day. I want you to write how your parents feel about your decision, how your spouse felt about your decision, how your boss feels about your decision, how you feel about your decision. All of those things, like, take in every perspective you can about the decision that you just made, which was the wrong decision, or you wouldn't be asking for advice about what happens when you relapse. You wouldn't want to be knowing what the next steps are if you didn't recognize you made a mistake and that you want to make a change.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write down everything you can about it. And then I don't know what your program is. Like, if hopefully you have some sort of social safety net. I guarantee you have someone out there that loves you, that cares about you, that wants you to get sober. Plug in with that person. Be honest about where you're at, what's going on. You need to let people know what happened. And you got to get back on the horse and you got to ride it. And that's just kind of the way that it goes. Hopefully the relapse is short enough you don't need some sort of medically assisted detox or anything like that. But that is what I would do if I were to have that happen. Pretty like a crime scene, man. So
I like it. I like it. Like a crime scene.
Yeah, man. I will never do that. I refuse to ever have to have that happen. But that's what I would do if it happened.
Yeah.
Looking back at all the relapses I had, which there were handfuls of, I wish I had that tool. I wish I had the ability back then to have, because that's really the key to all this. To be able to get sober and stay sober for a long time is mindfulness and self-awareness. If you can master those things, you can. And when I say master, it's a lifelong mastery. I'm not saying I'm standing here as a master of my mind, but when you do that, you understand your emotions, you feel your emotions, and then you're not you got the force with you, and you don't have to go get drunk just because you had a bad day. So
Yeah.
there you go. Oh, okay.
Shout out to Jeff, man. That is amazing that you got custody of your daughter after 12 years, especially with what's going on. Yeah, we can hit up Jeff's question.
We can. I saw Jeff, and I was gonna put up the comments. I want to I want to kind of make that a thing we do, is like, as they come in,
Yeah.
recognize the audience for being here. Like boom. So,
Yeah.
Jeff, we'll come right back to your question. Yeah, there is your shout out.
There's the shout out, Jeff, Mr. Goodroad. That is amazing. That you got that done. I love it.
Yeah, dude. And I would also like to point out, mad props on making it through drug court.
Nope. Look, not drug court. You have to keep.
Oh, geez. I look at me. I'm horrible, man. Look at that. Well, hey, not drug court. I take it back. But for all the people that have made it through drug court, that's hard to do. I just want to point that out. So if you're listening to this at some point in the future, and you made it through drug court, congratulations, because a lot of people just end up back behind bars.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyways, sorry for that mistake, Jeff. I'm bad. My bad. So I need to have like a womp womp womp. Like,
hey, we got you.
Oh yeah.
love it, dude. Cool. So then, here you go.
Mr. Simmons. How do
I'm not red, dude. Not at all.
How do you deal with rejection from a dating app? One, you're in luck, because rejection from a dating app is the best kind of rejection to get. Like, here's the thing with dating apps and the research behind it. Women tend to swipe right less than 10% of the time. Men swipe right over 95% of the time. It's like a shotgun approach.
Hey, I was just curious. Does that tell us anything about why these different, genders are on the app? Like, maybe they have completely different motivations. Is there anything to that at all?
I haven't seen the motivations.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, if we look through an evolutionary psych lens, men tend to have a short-term mating strategy, whereas females have long-term mating strategies because of the cost associated with sexual intercourse, childbearing, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing with dating apps, man, they're good. I mean, we met on a dating app.
Yep.
You want to find, you'll find what you're looking for, but it's also, you have to stand out from the crowd, and you have to stand out from the crowd in your photos. You have to stand out from the crowd in your bio. And then once you do get a right swipe, once there's a match, you have to stand out from the crowd of 100 guys that have already swiped right on her. But you also know, if she's only swiping right 10% of the time, she's being very particular in who she does swipe right on, so that who she matches on, because women know that 95% of the time when they swipe right, it's going to be a match, and they don't want to deal with that. So you got to stand out in the crowd there, but you've got to be yourself. And if there's a rejection, man, it's a dating app. Go to the next swipe. Go to the next set of messages.
Yeah, dude.
But I would also say getting out there and actually meeting people and getting rejected face to face is much more difficult on your ego than it is on a dating app.
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, that's my hot take on that.
There you go. Calling it into the station, dude. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I mean, I fortunately completely dodged the dating app bullet. Like, I mean, it was a thing in its infancy. in some of my dating career, I guess.
Yeah.
But I pretty much had a girlfriend or didn't want one most of the time.
Yeah.
I didn't, and I'm not, I mean, it was luck. I just want to make that clear. Just like, and also a shitload of stupidity, if I'm being completely honest here. Like, really bad matches, really bad mates, sticking it out through really toxic relationships to try to, like, I don't know. I don't even have the words, man. But yeah, so I don't have a whole lot to add to that because I just didn't do the thing.
Well,
Other than yeah.
what was your take on dating apps and using them?
Basically, like what you said, I hardly ever swiped right. Hardly ever. You know what I mean? Like,
Why?
One, afraid of being ghosted. I told you that when
Yeah.
that was one thing, is afraid to be ghosted. Like, you start talking to somebody and then they
Mhm.
stop. And I told you that in the very
Yeah. So how would you tell this guy to deal with that kind of rejection?
don't let it bother you. Honestly,
Yeah.
like, it's hard. I guess I could say, like, right now, and you may feel this way. It's really hard to date nowadays. Like, to go out and to meet somebody, I feel like it's really hard. So that's why there are the dating apps.
Mhm.
But I never let, if somebody didn't swipe me back, or I never let it bother me. It's just, obviously it's a sign,
Yeah.
not meant to be.
I like it.
Dude, can I hit this real quick? Do you mind?
Yeah.
So, I think that dating apps can be kind of cool because of the shotgun approach thing that exists out there,
Yeah.
right? Because there's multiple somebodies out there for everybody. Like, there ain't the one. There
Yeah.
are like hundreds of thousands. You just haven't met them yet.
Yeah.
So the more we get up and we give ourselves an opportunity, the greater chance. Eventually it becomes an inevitability. Like, that's the reality. Like, if you keep dusting yourself up, you keep taking a stab at trying to find a partner, you will find one. Like,
Yeah.
that's just the reality. So I recognize that having had strokes could make it difficult.
Yeah.
But it won't with the right person. Like, that's just the reality. You know, anybody that's shallow, and that's the reality, shallow enough, like, oh, had a couple strokes, want nothing to do with you, they're lost, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you've got to put yourself out there aside from anything that you here's the thing, the stroke thing is holding you back only because you're thinking about it.
yeah,
If like there's people out there who aren't going to give two shits whether you've had two strokes or not. They're going to want to hang out with you like we were talking about. If you didn't notice when we were talking the first question what attracted us to each other, there was nothing about the looks or anything like that. It was about drive, ambition, goals. You're going to find somebody out there who has that same mentality looking for you. They want to see your drive. They want to see the kind person that you are. They want to see the man that you are.
well, Jeff, I just don't like to out people, man. I just, it's like, I have people that I know personally that are on the show from time to time, and I just not gonna, like, hey, Jeff, like, I don't know, but hey, since you called yourself out, what's up, brother? It's been a long time. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like it.
What do we got here?
We got Mr. Goodroad. I guess I brought that up because sometimes responsibility helps guide your life in order to squash bad habits for your kids' sake. So it's true that person responsibility and purpose can be a great tool in unobvious ways, but it's still a struggle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Find a purpose and let it work for you. I love that. Find a purpose and let it work for you.
that's honestly, I think that's what it's all about at
Yeah.
the end. We are either intrinsically or extrinsically motivated. That's
Uh-huh.
just the way it works.
Yeah.
We have both. I want to make that clear. We have some internal and some external motivators that are always working in our favor or against our favor, right?
Yeah.
And that's like, when I say I quit for my kids, That was a motivation, a motivating factor in that. But life is way too complex to be able to be like, ding, 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 ding. This is the winner, and this is why this happened, right?
Yeah.
Because life is pushing and pulling and dragging you in all these different directions all the time, and we have to be making choices based on that, you know.
Yeah.
But that purpose is huge. You find a purpose bigger than every hurdle, and then you can all of a sudden fly over them. So,
Hell yeah. I love it. I love it. You want to take one of your questions?
Man, forcing me to do all this stuff. It's like I showed up late to class. This is garbage, dude. For those of you that are just catching the show fresh, my name is Dillon Reed, professional recovery coach. Help people go from their miserable state of being drunk to getting sober and staying sober. And look at that. I did the right finger immediately.
You did it.
This is Dr. Ryan Rasner, professional relationship coach. So if you have relationship or recovery related questions, drop them in the comments and we will address them on the show here right now.
We also have a special guest, Melissa, in the house.
I'm so sorry. How dare I?
That's all right.
And that really hurt my heart.
I do that sometimes, you know.
It's
I'm not perfect.
I think I'll be okay.
Okay. Cool. Well, if you're hanging out with Ryan, I mean, I would assume you've got like the good enough personal development, self-esteem stuff going on that I'm not bugging you too bad, right?
No.
There you go. See, come on. This one, I'm trying to decide which one I want to take. I'll take this one. How about that?
Yeah.
Our cell phones and social media addictions are, yes. Okay. Sorry. How does this impact our addictive qualities or personalities? Yeah, they are. I covered a little bit yesterday when we were talking about dopamine and dopamine fasting. So at its core, addiction is habit. It doesn't matter whether it's sex, food, drugs, rock and roll, whatever, you know. Technology is really bad about it because it hits us on so many different fronts that motivate us, because that's what it is. It's a highly motivated habitual activity is what an addiction is, right? So you get your phone out, you have novelty, you're hardwired in your mind for novelty. So you scroll through your feed, you're getting novelty like crazy. Like that's why we have an 8-second attention span, because every 8 seconds you can see something brand new, you know. Your social comparison is something that we're motivated to do because we are social creatures. Got that all over Facebook, and it's all just in the palm of your hand at this point. Like you can order food, you can order booze, you can find a match, you can do all sorts of things from this phone. So yes, it is very, very addictive thing and generally unhealthy. I want to make that pretty clear. Falling in a scroll hole, getting scoliosis on Facebook is not something that you need to be doing with your life if you want to be getting somewhere. And as far as how it impacts our addictive qualities or personalities, it messes with your dopamine baseline badly, to where all you want to do is scroll. Like that's what you want to do with your time because it allows you to scratch all those different itches. And then the only thing that makes us happy is continuing to scroll. And that sucks. So that's why you got a whole world of people doing that. And I just also want to point out, I'm not perfect when it comes to that. I can't tell you. I'm pretty self-aware about it now, but pulling my phone out, making a post, and then spending 15 minutes and going, what the hell did I just do with that 15 minutes when I could have been doing something more useful than, you know, checking out cat videos and stuff. So
100%. I think I sent you a video earlier, and that was about the most I had been on TikTok all weekend. I think she was doing something else. I was like, cool, I'm going to run through there real quick. And I found a video.
Feeding my cats. Probably when I was feeding my
Oh,
cat.
yeah. But it was a video on Ibogaine.
yeah.
I saw a guy, and it looked like he was in front of Congress talking about it.
I'll have to check that out. That's interesting. I mean, that like takes us back to the whole mushroom realm that we had an episode on, right? Is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think so, because he was talking about, I'm not 100% sure, but it had really strong effects for people suffering from everything from opiate addiction to alcoholism.
Yeah.
in shutting down the actual receptors for that. And he was talking about the dopamine and everything. So it's a really cool video if you watch it. And I think you should look into the ibogaine thing. It looks cool.
I'll definitely check it out. I mean, I have very superficial knowledge of that stuff. I mean, I've read stories about people like just kicking a habit, like cold turkey,
Yeah.
somehow no physical side effects. Like it's like they never even were addicted in the first place. I just, I don't know. It's not that I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I just don't have a whole lot of faith in Congress allowing something like that to happen. I shouldn't be cynical when it comes to something like that, but it's just like, that's why I don't have a problem talking about medications and those kinds of things. But I just kind of try to create a program where it doesn't include that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm still interested. I'm not saying don't send me stuff like that because I love stuff like that because it's interesting. Because like honestly, man, if like I would love a world where I am redundant and unnecessary and obsolete. Like I'm
Yeah.
not a prohibitionist, but if we lived in a no but negates everything I just said. If we could live in a world where addiction was not robbing children of their parents' lives, sign me up. I'll go flip hamburgers, man. In that world, I'm cool with it. I don't care what I do.
Yeah.
So, you know, if they find some cool organic substance that you can take and you're better,
Yeah.
cool. Like, let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's make
Yeah.
it happen, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I wish there was a pill for relationships.
dude.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have the closest thing to a pill, and that's just a lot of work.
Oh my gosh.
Dude. I mean, yeah, that's it. That's really it. You know, people are like, I don't know, I'll get people on my end that are like, don't just tell people to get sober. I'm like, I agree. Don't tell people just to get sober, but also make it very clear that that's what they have to do. Like, don't like sugarcoat it as if that's not the action they're actually going to take. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, telling someone just get sober is not helpful, but make sure you tell them just get sober, like all at the same time. Like, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna suck at first.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Like you've got to tell people you got to be a better person in your relationship. You got to get like same thing. You got to get sober.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to stop acting out like this, like a child sometimes in your relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys notice how when I first came in here, one of the first things I said was I did not do a good job at our anniversary dinner a year ago.
Yeah.
That was me taking accountability, radical accountability for my behavior in the past and going, I'm not going to repeat that at this dinner.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it about a relationship, you know?
Hell yeah.
That's hard.
It's a
That's
tough
hard.
Yeah.
like, but I didn't just admit it to my wife. I admitted it publicly in front of God knows how many people are going to end up seeing this at some point. So there you go.
That's all right.
That's growth, man.
We all go through it at some point. I've been there. I was there a week ago doing the same thing. It just it happens. You got to own up to your shit once in a while and say I was wrong. I messed up. This is where it's at.
Well, and if you're not wrong frequently, I don't think you're growing. Like that. That's my opinion. Like I don't.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. There's nobody who's perfect and not wrong sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I love being wrong because that means I can be right next time.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
sorry. Like, yeah, thanks for correcting me on that behavior because now I don't have to do that again. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got something you want to drop? Or are you gonna just you're gonna make me carry the second half of the stream? I'm down, I don't care. But
I'm not gonna make you carry the second half.
I just didn't want to cut you out. I didn't want me to be just taking all the questions and you're hanging out over there with your lady looking cooler than me because you're not by yourself.
No, I'm about ready to give the 5 fun facts about relationships though.
You didn't start it with that?
We did, man. I didn't have the timer. We were all flustered, and then we got to talking about goals, and it just became us having a conversation, and everybody.
You didn't use the timer?
I didn't.
We screwed up. Sorry.
Everything went off the rails real quick, Dillon.
I hope that's the right one. God, I leave the kids at home by themselves, and this is what happens.
Don't leave us alone ever again.
It went off the rails real quick.
Hey, dude, honestly, if that's the worst that happened, I mean, I don't even think that's a bad thing. I mean, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into making that countdown, but whatever.
It didn't happen.
Sorry. So
No
sorry.
big deal. That just means you had to have the weird, awkward like drop thing instead of getting to like come in all dancing. So
Oh yeah,
whatever.
it dropped hot on us. We're like, oh, hey, we're live, and here we go. Yeah.
That's always the most fun. That's where you really get your cut your teeth.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, let's hit them with us. Hit them with us.
You want five?
I told you I was tired. Hit us with them.
All
Go
right.
with that.
Number one, fun facts about relationships. Everybody ready? Here we go. Being in a supportive relationship can enhance your overall sense of well-being and happiness. Number two, couples who engage in regular date nights have been found to have lower divorce rates. Weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Number three, studies indicate that couples who share household chores and responsibilities have higher relationship satisfaction.
Dude, I read a lot about that in a sociology of gender course. It
Yeah.
was like the thing that blew my mind. You mind if I throw this in real quick?
Go ahead.
Dude, they were talking about, and I was like, I'm reading this going like, what in the heck? They were talking about how men with erectile dysfunction and libido issues, when they start doing more chores in the household, their relationship gets better, and then they can like stop taking whatever little blue pill they're taking in order to do the thing to perform in the bedroom. And I was like, what in the heck? It was
Because
like,
it increases relationship. Increases the overall satisfaction in the relationship.
yeah.
They weren't really suffering from softy. They were suffering from
A bad relationship.
a bad relationship.
And I thought it was hilarious because I was just like, wow, like, yeah, I know millions of males that don't want to hear this, but they need to hear this right now. Like, hey, you're okay, man, but you need to just be better with your wife and like grab the vacuum cleaner every once in a while. Like, hard.
Well, yeah, it's just when you see something, do it. Period. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's not that hard. All right, number four, listening to music together can increase feelings of intimacy and emotional connection between partners. Ooh, this next one is one of my favorites.
Okay, let's hear it.
Couples who engage in activities that provide an adrenaline rush, such as roller coasters or skydiving, report increased relationship satisfaction. So go out there and get some adrenaline together.
Survive something
Survive.
scary together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I want to rewind to number 4.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Mixtapes, bro. Like that's the coolest thing. It's like creating a mixtape for your spouse.
Mixtapes and burn CDs.
Awesome, dude. Hey, all you Zoomers will never know what that's like, but it was a thing. Make a Spotify playlist for your partner. Okay, that's the next best thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah, increases feelings of intimacy and emotional connection just by listening to music together.
I mean, I think it kind of makes sense because, I mean, we're not just listening to music. Most people are not just listening to random music and being like, yeah, I just love this random music. Like it has something to do with where we're at in life, what's going on, all those kinds of things. So you can like bear a part of your soul to another person in a different way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
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 Dang, dude.
So there's your 5 for the day. Tomorrow I'll send it out first thing.
I won't be late tomorrow, by the way. I'll be here on time.
Oh, good.
It's our last 10 o'clock segment.
It is.
I'm so elated. I can't even begin to. Dude, I fell asleep at 2 o'clock this morning.
Oh, wow.
It was rough. I don't know. Like,
Ugh.
I don't know, man. It was a combination of the show, like hyping me up. It always does.
Yeah.
And then like giddy for Christmas morning for like the anniversary date and just like, life. life happened.
Yeah.
So I never fell asleep. And then I got up 4 hours later. So I'm like wrecked right now. So I'm ready to have a little earlier bedtime for like a couple days.
I like.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the top of the hour. What's the cabin life? Dude, I love it. I wish I was living the cabin life. But the closest we're going to get is going home and watching another episode of Alone.
Yep.
Alone, that competition where they put 10 people out all by themselves and the last person standing wins. Survival.
I haven't seen it. That sounds awesome though.
It's cool.
Pretty
It's on
amazing.
Discovery.
So we're like just a hop, skip, and a jump away from like Battle Royale, like Fortnite becoming real.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Sweet.
that'd be awesome.
Well, sign me up. Anyways, guys, thank you all for checking in. Apologize for being late. I don't actually have boundaries. I have a wife and a life. I have things I needed to do. We'll see you tomorrow night. Same place, same time, 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Central, 9 Mountain,
Yep.
8 Pacific, 11 Eastern. So,
Yes. Bluetooth speaker makes it great around the campfire. Oh man, the fire sounds really good tonight too. Maybe not tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Well, you guys figure out what you're gonna do off the air, okay?
Oh.
Get out of here. We're gonna get out of here.
All right.
You lovebirds, just do your lovebirding. I'm gonna go do the same thing. So
all right.
I will catch you guys later.
See everybody. Thanks for everything.
Bye.